Welcome to episode 187 of the DorkLair Collecting Podcast. What is going on, guys?
It's me getting used to a new microphone. Look at this. I feel like I'm dodging something, and based on the shape, I'm not going to tell you what I feel like I'm dodging. Man, it's been a good week. It's been a busy week for me. Our company's fiscal year is from April to March, so the last couple of weeks have just been a mad dash to the finish line. So today was like the collective sigh of relief, and we're done, and we hit our numbers, and now we can breathe easy for about 12 hours because fiscal 2022 starts tomorrow and it begins all over again. But one of the wonderful things about hitting my goals for work is it allows me to buy more of this plastic. I got some cool new things this week. I didn't get very much this week, but I really dig what I got. I finally got that Mondo Hordak. I think I sent you guys pictures of it. And just another really cool piece. They've managed to, I got the traditional, the classic version, not the Filmation version.
Yep.
Just they made it so creepy and so, I love that Mondo line. Their head sculpts, you know, the Merman, the Skeletor, the Keldor, the Scareglow, and then this Hordak just continues the great job they've done. I got another DC multiverse character. I buy those occasional McFarlane characters. It's usually the Batman stuff, but I grabbed Lobo. He's one of my favorite just auxiliary characters in DC. And I think it was my birthday last year. Steph got me the Storm Collectibles Lobo. So it's a nice little companion piece for that shelf. And then I got the Bumblebee movie Studio Series Soundwave. And dude, Hasbro is just really breaking my resolve. You know, for the longest time, I was just Masterpieces and Titans and Optimus Primes. But this Bumblebee movie series, studio series, it's so awesome. I like that Soundwave so much. I immediately ordered Wheeljack and Ratchet. They'll be coming on Saturday. And I pre-ordered RC and Ironhide. Those Cybertronian bots are just... Hasbro's knocking it out of the park. I say this every time I get a piece, but they are really knocking it out of the park with their retail stuff. I absolutely love it, and to that end, I'm running out of room. So that was it for the week, but really cool stuff. What'd you pick up, Chris?
Got a couple of I got the wave 1 of the Disney Super 7 Ultimates figures. I actually have Prince John here right now.
Nice.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Wow, that looks really good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I got all of them, even though I wasn't sure about Pinocchio and Mickey. I just figured I'd get them just to kind of see how they are.
Was that the one that had the Sorcerer's Apprentice in it?
Was
that the Mickey?
Apprentice? Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember what
Is his cloth too? Is his robe cloth too?
Yeah, his cloth.
Yep, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of thin, but it's cloth goods rope,
Yep.
and then even Pinocchio, even his little vest. I mean, I wouldn't really go overboard and say, "Oh, wow, the soft goods," but it's it's there.
Yeah,
so it's kind of neat.
What was the fourth figure in that assortment?
They only did 3 in the first one.
Oh,
for some
okay.
reason. They just kicked it off with 3. So, but they went up for pre-order like a year and a half ago, so it finally came out. But yeah, glad to have them. Picked them up from Entertainment Earth when they had their they had a pre-order promo code, and then they had an in-stock one for I forget 10 or 15% off. So
that was nice. They had that for a while too.
I know. For that pre-order one, I transferred a whole bunch of stuff there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was about it for the week. So it was quiet and good. You, Bill?
Nice. Yeah, and so I actually share a pickup with Braku Prime. So my Wolf King haul came in. This was, I think, about a month back. They had a sale, and I could show off some of the stuff I got. So I ordered two of this head right here. And these are from the God's Fire series. That's Emil Wickman and Stephen Bisciotti designed, and like a story from them. So that's sort of like a head with like a cross on the front. Kind of reminds me of a Mandalorian a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was at first.
And then this is another one from that same series. It's really cool. So I got some stuff to paint. And then I got a couple swords. So I got 2 of each of those heads because Like I like to get extras in case I screw them up. But this sword, pretty cool. And
I
it's
like
got like
that.
it's got a skull in there. It's hard to, I think it might be a little bit hard to see, but
Kind of looks
got a
like an
skull in there.
amalgam of a Thundercats and He-Man something.
Yeah, a little bit, right? And then this one's got some cool scroll work along the blade.
Yeah, they're nice.
Couple swords there. And then Wolf King was kind enough to send me some extra stuff. And they sent me this head here. Almost
That's
like a
pretty
demon
rad.
mask with those like
Oh, wow.
wing ears. And
Everyone's reminded me I don't have a War Duke.
and then this skeleton head with a helmet and a cross on the helmet.
That's awesome.
Really cool. And I got a couple little like swag things here, a pin from those guys, and Amel's sticker. We got, let's see, Wolf King sticker, and then one of the other series that like Steven and Len are doing with Wolf King is called the Tribal Lands. So I got some cool stickers from them as well. And I'm actually, I happen to be wearing my shirt today. It's like my favorite shirt. Yeah, let's see. Was there something else in there? No. Okay. Yeah, so it sounds like Braku got his, and I think Trevor mentioned that he might have a shipment coming in from Wolf King as well.
Yeah.
Let's see who else. Braku got some of the same heads. Nice. Nate got his Wolf King. Yeah, everybody's getting their Wolf King in. And it's funny because I got the tracking a little while ago, and then it took a little while, and they finally arrived. And I was like, oh, cool. Let's see who else is in the chat. We got Jonathan. We've got Nate in the house. 6 bonks, brah. Grail 640. What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining the live stream, the podcast this week. Appreciate it. We had somebody who said it was their first time, and they finally made it. And I'm trying to find that post here. Who was it? Oh, Joe. Finally got to see you live. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Oh, Eric got his Rhaegar test shot from the that was a trade you made, Eric? Is that, if I remember correctly?
I'm leaving. Damn it.
Larry, you know that the Rhaegar test shot's not all that, right? It's the Rhaegar.
I just want to rate anything at this point.
Wasn't that NECA coming out?
Kidneys.
Yeah, the NECA one. The NECA
yeah, the NECA War Duke's coming.
War Duke, yeah.
Much as I hate to say it, I think the Four Horsemen did a better job with their tribute than the actual War Duke is.
Yeah.
Oh, he traded with the Belphegor test shots, right?
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Yo, Delicious in the house. Nice, everybody. All right, so we got a whole bunch of news going on today. And speaking of Emil, we have, let me pull this down. Let me just do a couple little housekeeping things here. And we're going to put up the news stream. So actually, this is a Cosmic Legions event that's happening this weekend. It's going to be a reveal show, a live show, and then it's going to be a pre-order for the next wave, the second wave of Cosmic Legions. And Emil did this really cool artwork. He's a phenomenal artist, and like I said before, he does sculpt work too, and he designs some of these head sculpts with Steven. But yeah, he did this cool little teaser type image for the Saturday sale. So we've got 4/2/22, and we've got, so I just want to shout out Emil with his Instagram. If you're not following him, go follow his stuff. It's phenomenal work. His, like, I don't know if you can see it in the bottom right there, but his Marvel tribute figures are so cool. They're Legions painted as Marvel figures. Awesome.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, so anyway, so Four Horsemen has been teasing this event. They've been putting up these fight posters, these like fight night type posters. And each poster has one of the original Cosmic Legions Wave 1 figures going up against a new silhouette of a new figure. So they're teasing these figures via these silhouettes. And there were 4 posters. So there's so far 4 teaser figures. We're not sure how big the wave is going to be yet, but the event they did say is going to be an hour long. So it's not going to be like the first Cosmic Wave, you know, where it takes hours and hours to reveal all of them, or it's not going to be like Poxis. I think it could end up being 4 figures, or maybe it'll be 6 or something, but I don't think it's going to be like 10 figures like a lot of these recent waves. Yeah, Nate, the Batman tribute he did was spectacular. Really, really nice. But yeah, so this one, and I do believe, so Jeremy Gerard, Mythic Customs, and he's I forget his title, but he's the like marketing and sales manager or the sales director at Four Horsemen now. He did all of these, and I think he said they're kind of to scale. They're not perfectly to scale. So like this Thygar on the left is a standard 1.0 body type. Like if you think of like you know, just like a typical knight or orc or something like that, that's your standard Mythic Legions body type size. So this alien looking guy is going to be thinner and taller. So it almost to me kind of feels like it could be like a 2.0 type figure,
Yeah.
but like with some different limbs, like making it taller and longer. But it definitely has that like classic gray alien type feel to it. Grail 640 asks, what's the ETA for Cosmic Wave 1? And that is currently listed on the Four Horsemen site as Q4 2022 or Q1 2023. So we still got a while for the first Cosmic Wave. Yeah, maybe 6 figures with head sculpts. But yeah, so this is the first tease. Some of the things on the image I can't read. I know some people have deciphered a lot of it, but in the top right where it looks like it says 4, you know, 04/02/22, you know, obviously that's the date, 4/2/2022, and below it says 8 p.m. Eastern time. So that's Saturday at 8. We're gonna have the live stream.
Wow.
And then at 9 o'clock it's gonna go live. And then on the bottom it says you know, available at Store Horsemen and other fine retailers. I don't know if you can see that at the very bottom. But that to me says it's going to be a standard wave. It's going to have a pre-order window, probably about a month. And then after the pre-order window ends, the retailers will be selling them for the typical retail prices. So let's take a look at the other 3. The first one here is going up against Zirian. Is this, it kind of looks female because if you really look at the legs and the arms, they look like they're identical to Zirian's.
Yeah,
shape.
right.
So I think this is some kind of female alien, possibly. I mean, she's almost got that like predator type arm attachment looking thing. She's got like this segmented scorpion tail. It's hard to tell what's going on with the head there. Maybe a dome, maybe. I'm not sure like what that head's going to be, but yeah. So we've got what looks like another sort of 2.0 female type body alien style with a tail. And then this one, I can't make heads or tails of this one. So Vorga, I think her name is. She's a 1.0 body. So she's essentially in Legions, you know, across any Legions. She's, sorry, I just saw a comment. I'll address it in a minute. She's a 1.0 style figure, but it's the first female 1.0 style figure. So my guess is this other figure that's with her is also another 1.0 figure, but there's not really much I can make out of this, like the parts or whatever. It's hard to tell exactly what it is. I mean, maybe the forearms look similar to her forearms.
The head on this one gave me Predator vibes a little bit, but you know, who knows what that silhouette
I can feel that too. If those are dreads of some sort, like,
yeah,
totally. So yeah, so that's a third one. So we got the long alien, possibly on a 2.0 body. We've got the new female alien on the 2.0 body, possibly a 1.0 body here. And then this one, if you're familiar with the first wave, the guy on the left, Kragnar, is an ogre scale figure. And the figure on the right is described in their post as a cyborg brute, and one of their skills
Okay, cool.
is brute. And if you look at the size of this thing, it's probably like between, you know, the 7-inch figures and this 9-inch ogre scale figure. So this is very likely a brute scale cyborg of some sort. You can see that cyborg leg. You can see appendages coming out of the head, tubes and whatnot. So, so I think what we're looking at is possibly a brand new body with that long alien, a 2.0 female alien, a 1.0 character that's hard to tell, maybe kind of looks Predator-esque, and then a brute scale cyborg. So there's some cool variety going on.
Yeah.
Wave.
Yeah, that cyborg kind of stuff looks pretty awesome.
I'm wondering if the tubes that are all through there are ported into the new ports they're using. They have like a new system of like holes that have different things that can attach to those holes. Like the guns have like little attachments and stuff. So should be interesting to see. Let's take a look at the comments here. This is the one I was laughing at. Four Horsemen is treating my wallet like Will Smith treated Chris Rock. Chris Rock performed in Boston last night, and like everybody's all angry at him because he didn't really talk about the.
My question is it treating your wallet like Will Smith treated Chris Rock, or is it treating your wallet like other men treated Jada? Oh, because there is consent there. That's all I'm saying.
True.
Oh, we got Anwar from Spain. Nice.
Oh, hey. Yeah, Anwar.
Hola. Yeah, brute scale. That's one of the things that's coming in future waves that's got me most interested and intrigued and like kind of hyped up for things is the newness of seeing figures in that brute scale. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, like the two that they put up for the Poxus wave are like awesome designs and everything. So that's kind of, I don't know, maybe the little extra size gives them a little more space to do things in the body, like just how intricate the faces are for the Jinn and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And this guy looks very intricate too, so pretty cool.
I could see the legs and the arms and possibly the torso being, you know, the same mold that you're reusing that same bare-chested, bare-legged mold, and then like these other parts being new, possibly. Let's see. Imagine the space dios. Brute scale 7.5 to 8 inches tall. Yeah, they're going to probably be close. They're probably going to be 8. You know, like 1.0 figures are close to 7 inches, and these are in between 1.0 and ogre are 9. So it's going to be close to 8, I think. Yeah. All right. So one other Legions thing is that the All-Stars voting finished up. I mean, I think since the last time we recorded, the vote started and then ended for the second round. So we're kind of like sharing the results of the first round here, but also they kind of teased the winners. So I think we kind of know the winners based on their live streams they did yesterday. But these were the results of that first round of voting. And then there was a round of voting for any 3. You pick whatever 3 of these. They didn't have them grouped into groupings or anything like that. And Casper's got the intel. It seems as though if the little hints and clues from yesterday's live streams are accurate, that the winners are Romulus, Ilgar, and the Silverhorn Sentry. So those are very likely your winners, unless they're throwing up some, you know, red herrings and trying to, you know, misdirect us. But I don't really think that's their style. The only thing that I think is they could maybe add other figures in, but I'd be willing to bet that that Romulus, Ilgar, and Silverhorn Sentry are winners, and I'm happy with that. Romulus was my number 1. Everything else was next tier after him for me, and then within my next tier were those other 2 guys. I would have preferred Azar, but I'm just as happy with the Silverhorn Sentry personally.
Yeah, I'm fine with, you know, what we got from this selection. I'm just really interested to see what else is coming, and then I realized today that because they're teasing all this Cosmic Legion stuff, we'll probably have to wait like a month or month and a half or something to find out
Right.
what the what this actually happening in this
Special
All Stars
wave.
or the special wave.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess they throw us that bone of like kind of revealing the winners, and then we can sit and speculate on what the
Yeah.
special wave is going to be in addition to those 3. So yeah, they're doing a good job of like keeping the throttle on this year.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
every month it's something new, Rick's hoping the kicker is the Elf Ranger. There was a lot of love. I can't wait to hear. So usually they'll tell you like which other ones were close to winning.
Oh,
I have a feeling the Elf Ranger was high up on there. Yeah,
Yeah,
so we
then
don't really know how many figures are going to be in the wave.
Hagnon
see.
was the one I heard a lot of people wanting, and
Yeah.
probably that was from what just my anecdotal experience, that was the one I thought people wanted the most, other than the 3 that won, and it's Azar, right? That guy. I mean,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people want him just because we got a reprint of Cesar, so it kind of made
Right.
sense, and then we're getting Zahazar or whatever.
Yeah, the combined.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hagnon is real. I mean, if you really think about it, technically he's the only figure that's new because he has a different color glow.
Yeah.
So he's, kind of technically a new figure. I did see a lot of love for Bromden.
Yeah, so a little bit for that too.
Because he's just one of those figures that's massive value. There's just so much in that box. When you get a Bromden, probably out of all these figures, he comes with the most stuff. But,
yeah, he's pretty packed. I like that figure a lot.
Yeah, and kind of like the Sentry, he's essentially an army builder if you use the alternate head too.
Yeah. When I first opened him, I didn't even kind of realize what he came with. I'm like, oh, I should have bought him more so I have guards and stuff, and eventually did off like Big Bad and stuff.
Yeah,
that's what I'm kind of thinking for the Silverhorn. Like, even though he's not a dwarf, like, and that's even though the picture always just makes me think dwarf just from looking at him.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, I can probably army build them or maybe customize it a little bit and see what I can do. Get some of those.
Yeah, do some leg swaps and stuff. All right, I think that does it for Legions. And then so next up we have it was a Mezco Slugfest drop. So when not Doc Nocturnal, when Atticus Doom came out, he came with a comic book, and the comic book had like one of those like Slugfest retro teaser pages with all sorts of goodies on there. Really, the only new things were the 2 things we're going to share right now. The first one is this $35 Atticus Doom enhancement kit that's got an alternate head, a bunch of new magic effects for him, some extra of those Oculus eyeball things that go into the brain or into the eye socket. I kind of wonder if this book has an eyeball on it. I wonder if that's removable or if it's a book that opens. He's got the Sacred Scrolls from Dr. Zaius repainted to fit the Cthulhu theme.
Oh, cool.
So inside those, we'll probably have the little paper scroll thing as well. But yeah, so there was that for $35. They had a coupon it wasn't a coupon. It was just a code that would get you some free swag or something. Some people got just the pins and patch set. And
that's what
I don't know if it's been confirmed that those were the freebies though, because I think I've heard some people didn't use the code and still got the pins and stuff.
Oh, that'd be annoying. I used the code. I ordered the skulls with the code because I figured I didn't want to wait for this, and I was like, because I think they said while supplies last,
right,
or something. So I was like, oh, I'll order the stuff that's in stock. And I just feel dumb because I've already got that. I bought that with like Mezco points like last year or something.
Yeah, that's super annoying.
Yeah. But
now, did you end up buying the enhancement kit too, or?
Yeah. No, I got that. I got this. Yeah, just put it in a separate order.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love all these bonus packs like that. I didn't even realize I rewatched your review and then realized that the eye comes out of the head of the brain. I didn't realize that. I was like, oh,
yeah,
because you have
to. Yeah, you have to remove it from the other angle. Like it won't just come out.
Yeah, I thought about it at first. I'm like, I don't want to damage this thing. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. So yeah, I ended up skipping the skulls because I still have like a ton of the matte skulls, and I
Yeah.
buy them to paint, and so I'm not in need of any skulls right now, so I skipped the skulls. I ordered 2 of the enhancement kits to just to see what would happen if I end up getting a freebie or whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, so that's that one, and then the skulls are a non-painted glow in the dark color skull set. So pretty similar to the other sets, just different new colors.
I wound up buying those neon painted ones with like the neon eyeballs too, because I was like,
Yeah.
oh, combined shipping, and of course they ship them separately anyway. But um, those look pretty nice in person. I was like, oh, yeah. I was even thinking about getting another pair, but probably don't need 4 sets of them. But they're very
Yeah.
nice.
The one appealing thing about getting like a couple sets is to have same color sets, to have like
Yeah.
3 of like one of the single color,
Mhm.
I've seen some people do that. It looks really cool, but that they are really neat looking, and they have the little eyeballs in there, much more detailed.
Yeah, I
Of
like
course, more
that.
expensive because it's only 4 in the pack, but just checking out some of the comments. What's up,
Yeah.
Art?
Thanks, Dennis, for that.
All right. Okay, so moving on. So next up, let me actually remove this banner, this ticker here. So next up, we have a brand new line announced. And it feels like it's been a long time, but we haven't talked about it on the podcast yet. So I did do a video when like the first day, like it kind of got announced. I did a video, but this is called Savage Crucible. It's from My Action Figure Customs. It's the folks who, it's the owner of My Action Figure Customs, starting a new company called Savage Crucible. And he's got just a whole bunch of artists. So a lot of people who we're all familiar with working on this line, designing figures, writing comics, and just coming up with a brand new line of action figures that's in sort of a 6 to 7 inch fantasy mode. And so here's one look at what do they call them? The cult, I think, is like this. They have like factions and stuff, and so we have Mind Flayer type looking guy. Tons of detail in the sculpt on this guy.
Yeah.
And then we have a sea creature merfolk type fishman. This is probably one of my favorites here. Again, anything that makes me think of Magic the Gathering, I'm all aboard on, and this reminds me of Merfolk from Magic.
What did you say the scale on this was?
6 to 7 inches.
I like that. That's actually, that makes me think of the Cabin in the Woods. I love that. Yeah, that's really nice detail. Wow.
This one is, they're calling it the Jaeger. He's sort of like a werewolf type guy.
Very cool. They have tons of details and like little things really all hanging all over them. It's kind of, because when I first heard about it, I you immediately compare them, like thinking Mythic Legions, but they are like very, very different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are. And the next thing that we're gonna show will kind of like show you that.
Oh yeah.
So here's the articulation breakdown.
Wow.
They are very much a super articulated line with double jointed elbows, hip joint, waist joint, upper torso. So it is definitely a different beast than Mythic Legions. A lot of the almost import style articulation, or I guess it almost kind of reminds me of the Action Force stuff, like tons and tons of articulation in these things. Thigh swivels, you got ball peg hips, double jointed elbows and knees. Lots of cool articulation in these things. Yeah, the piranha, that was called the paranoid, like the word paranoid, but with piranha in there.
Okay.
Cool. And then here's the list of the artists. So you'll probably see some familiar names. Obviously, William Robert Post is the owner of the company. See some other familiar names in there as well. And the comic book over here is being written by comic book artist Rubis, whose full name is, sorry, where is it?
In the middle.
Yeah, Yanis Rubis Rabulius, who is a Greek comic book artist, and he's super talented. Like, if you can join the Savage Crucible Facebook group, I'd recommend it. Like, if you have Facebook, join it, because they're sharing some things that they've asked the members of the group not to share out publicly, and you might see some really neat things in there.
Okay, cool. We'll join that.
Yeah. Lee Robinson has for a long time, and Arlen Pelletier. A lot of these names are Matt O'Toole, are guys that have been designing like parts for like the My Action Figure customs, like sculpting and designing parts.
Yeah.
And then we have painters who are doing prototype painting, and friends of the DorkLair, Eric Miller is doing prototype painting, and Nikki Nicole is also doing prototype painting. So very cool. A lot of familiar faces doing some work on these on this line.
Yeah, it's kind of neat to see like a I don't want to say crowdfunding, but or grassroots, I guess, kind of type
grassroots, totally,
of toy line just kind of sprouting up. It's like, all the people who can do all this stuff, and
it's nice to see, like this group effort. And yes, Jared, those are butterfly joints up in the shoulders there.
Oh yeah.
You get that double neck peg there. They're doing a thing where there's no real pelvis, I guess. There's no real like butt and like,
I see.
Like middle section area there.
You just have the skirt.
They're doing it within the like belted skirt pieces that they're making. So that's going to be kind of an interesting thing, because I think it's going to really bring the articulation up.
Without having to deal with that. Yeah.
They can just design separate of waists or whatever they're called. Yeah, the artwork, there's a ton of great artwork on the Savage Crucible website. We just don't have time to go through a lot of it. I did some of it on my video where I kind of like the day it was announced, I tried to make sense of it and stuff. They had sent me everybody who placed an order with My Action Figure Customs. See if I can find received this coin right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that's a dwarf face.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see that.
On that side. And then there's some swords on that side. And then I think the biggest spenders got like this crazy Cthulhu decoder. Some of those people are in here. I'm pretty sure Trevor was in here for a bit, and he got one of those decoders. Really neat stuff. That was a cool sort of build up. And again, like you said, like a grassroots viral type campaign, Cool. Okay, so another new line, and this is an old toy line called RoboForce that had these pretty basic robots, but they had these suction cup features. I never had these as a kid. I very much remember them, but I never really was into these as a kid. But the folks who did the show, what's the name of the show? The Toys That Made Us. Is that the name of the show?
Yeah, that's the name.
Yeah, those guys are making a modernized version of them. They don't really look like the originals very much, but
no,
not really.
They have some of the stylistic, like the characters are the same. It's just different type of robots. But they're doing I think they said these are going to be like 7-inch-ish. So this is going to be a new line of robots from the folks who did that TV show.
Do they still have the suction cup feet? It kind of almost looks like they do.
I think they might. I mean, they do have the rounded feet. We'll see if it's actually suction cups or what, but they haven't really revealed much, just that it's going to be a pre-order pretty soon. And it's, they are, I think they said 7 inches, but actually that does kind of look like a suction cup, right?
It does a little bit.
Yeah.
They look like fun designs, just kind of wacky robots.
Yeah, I could see putting these right in with the Cosmic Legion stuff. Just
Oh yeah,
as I
yeah. They're
build,
painted well
the way I
enough.
have my fantasy shelves with all different lines of fantasy stuff, kind of adding to Legions, I could totally see bringing this into my space shelf with my, sort of like non Star Wars space stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's so stylized. It would fit. It would fit well there, I think.
All right, I guess they will have suction cups. That's funny.
Cool.
Nice. Let's see.
Interesting.
I was at their panel at New York Comic Con last year. David Vonner has a good presentation on it. The Nacelle Company, cool. And Vonner's a Marvel, Hasbro guy, I think, right? He's the guy that works for Hasbro, I believe.
Okay.
Might work with Cosmic, yeah. Pretty cool. I think they're neat. I mean, they don't quite look like the original toys. I don't think I would have, if they were like the original toys. I think I'd be way less likely to buy them.
I think everyone would
right.
be less likely to buy them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there are people who are into new retro stuff, but yeah. I'm not sure who Jared's talking to, but we'll give his comment a little eyes on it. If whoever's asking, we're not going to Wonderfest. Chris, where is Wonderfest? It's Anaheim,
LA,
right?
yeah. I think it's LA or I don't think it's Anaheim, but I have not been to that and not planning to go. But
okay,
planning to go to Celebration though. So that's my next.
When is that?
Oh, you are?
Yeah, that's the end of it's Memorial Day weekend. I'm going on the Thursday,
That'd be
Friday.
fun.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, that's awesome.
I mean, it was supposed to be in 2020, so it's finally happening.
Yeah, I know.
Have they announced exclusives or anything for that yet?
No, I haven't seen anything really, except for
Probably May the
the
4th.
shirts. What was that, Bill?
I would imagine they could announce that stuff May the 4th.
Oh yeah.
That's a good point.
Okay, so Vonner no longer works with Hasbro. Okay, so next up we are into the MAFEX stuff, and again, this stuff's now like I guess a week old, but we have Magneto. They did like the Age of Apocalypse version or something before, right, Larry?
Mm-hmm.
What version?
It was the Age of Apocalypse. I think they started with that because this is an easy, slight retool. But yeah,
and a couple different head sculpts, effects.
That shadowed out face looks really weird up close, but from a distance, that next shot, man, that looks really freaking cool.
Yeah, I wasn't so keen on it because I kind of would have liked one head with like the face of the left one under the helmet, like
the
not
helmet,
just like gritting teeth. But either way, yeah, it can be kind of neat. The cape looks awesome. So
the cape. I love the sheen on it. It's going to be a pretty
really
cool
nice.
looking figure.
Yeah.
And we know like these MAFEX comic book figures have been just killing it lately.
Yeah, especially like if anyone's thinking about it, like the Marvel stuff especially has been going fast, and they're
Yeah, with that stuff, it's almost like if you're even slightly on the fence, you're better off just buying it, because if you don't, you'll miss it. And if you do and you decide you don't want it, you're not gonna like I bought the brown Wolverine and decided I didn't want to keep it. I sold it for like twice what I gave for it. And it was like I put it on eBay and it was gone before the end of the day. So you're never gonna lose out by buying these things.
Yeah, and if you're even just go to Big Bad, basically, or any one other stores like Chosen Prime's another one that carries MAFEX, and I'm pretty sure they also allow cancellations. You just cancel it, and if you don't want it, but
yeah, and even like they're doing some not reissues, I guess, but like restocks some here and there. I've seen like those are even selling out super fast. Their Hush Superman that went back up on a couple sites. Like there was another production run or something of that one, and it was like gone again. And it
was basically in stock. It was they do their like you say, they're more like restocks, not reissues. It's just like, oh, the stores have them. It's like, what? Why didn't you tell it? Why didn't you do a pre-order? Why didn't you do this?
Right? Yeah, they might have just given those stores an opportunity to like reorder. I don't even know. Like that's
weird.
What
it seems like, and they're like, I don't know why they don't let them tell anyone.
Right.
That seems like their MO.
Yeah. So Eddie Mendez is going to Celebration, Chris. So
cool.
Somebody you can hook up with there.
Yeah.
By the
The
way,
other thing is,
no, go ahead, Chris.
I was going to say the other thing is they just announced. I think they're moving the Obi-Wan premiere, and it's I'm pretty sure it's the Friday of Celebration, which is going to be a little annoying.
Okay.
I'll have to wake up early and watch it
Yeah,
there.
yeah, right. Yeah. It is the Friday. I remember thinking I like I would often take a Friday off. Like I have a couple personal days that I can take, and that would have been a good candidate, but it's Memorial Day weekend and we're not really allowed to take a Friday off on a Memorial Day weekend. It's too much of a hot ticket day, you know?
Yeah. It's like, can't make it. Sorry.
Yeah. And it was supposed to be on the Wednesday, like Nate said over here. It was supposed to be on the 25th, now the 27th, which is whatever. But that does kind of stink for people going to the event on that Friday because you're going to have to.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I'm sure they're not catering or caring too much about the con people versus the millions that are watching at home, but
Right.
it's yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, they might have had some kind of data that just says, "Hey, Fridays are better" or something.
Yeah.
Typically, their shows do air on Fridays, but they often premiere on Wednesdays, and then they'll sometimes premiere on a Wednesday, and then you'll get a second episode that Friday. Like you'll get 2 back-to-back.
Oh, like them the first start, yeah.
I think they did that with some of the Marvel shows. I wanted to just stop and pause for a second and check in with the audience and ask how you're liking our new microphone. So I got this new microphone and then I sent my previous microphone out to Larry. So let us know what you guys think of the sound on our improved upgrades. I've been trying to so people might not know this, but I monetized the channel a couple months ago, and pretty much any penny that comes out of there, plus kind of like a lot more, I've been like putting into like upgrading gear. So I hope you guys are enjoying the sound a little bit more. Right. Okay. So we have the Zack Snyder's Justice League Cyborg over here with the multiple head scopes and appendages.
I was kind of surprised they went back and, I honestly don't know how much of the base figure is like the same as the other one. It looks fairly different from what I remember.
Mm-hmm.
But from the first figure, but yeah, I was kind of surprised they went back, and I'm glad because so many people want a good cyborg, and MAFEX puts out good stuff.
Yeah, looks pretty good to me. And I'm typically not. I don't typically have my expectations super high for their likenesses.
Yeah,
but this doesn't look too bad.
It's a good looking figure,
but
right.
Okay, moving into the 1/6 scale, we have the KX Enforcer droid, and I heard a lot of people say, I don't remember the Enforcer droid, basically the K2SO type droid in the Book of Boba Fett, and I distinctly remember that scene, because I remember saying, that's Terminator.
Yeah.
You remember this scene right here?
Yeah.
They had the probe droids and the K2SOs, and they were just cleaning up the aftermath of essentially dropping a nuke on Mandalore in the, I forget what it's called. It's not the Purge of Mandalore. It's like the 1,000 Tears or something like that.
It was Night of 1,000 Tears or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, that was to me, it was an up and down season, like this, essentially Mandalorian season 2.5 or whatever.
Yeah.
Hits, it had its hits and misses, but this episode, when they did those flashbacks and they had the Mandalorian stuff going on and the Mandalore, like that was just epic Star Wars to me.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
And
I love stuff like that. It really, it's like you said, when I saw that, it totally evoked Terminator. I love that visual.
Yeah, it was 100% like on purpose to look like Terminator type stuff,
Oh, sure.
So cool. And I would say like 6 months ago, I probably had never really had a huge interest in K2SO for the Rogue One version of K2SO. But once I got IG-11 in hand and I felt the super quality of their droid figures, or at least that
Yeah.
particular droid figure. Then I kind of looked back and I saw that people really liked K2SO, and it's kind of on that same level of like detail and, you know, like just really nice quality figure. I was thinking, oh, I wonder like what K2SO is going for, and it was just like ridiculously overpriced. So like the
Yeah.
aftermarket on thing is nuts. So to me, like somebody who would be interested in buying a K2SO who doesn't yet have one, this is like a home run type of release, even though it's just another repaint, which they've been doing a lot lately.
Yeah, I put in a pre-order for this kind of, just to be my K2. I mean, I know it's a lot more weathered, but I also think the weathering looks awesome. And
Yeah.
you know, they very purposely gave him K2's little pistol instead of the big blaster he's carrying the entire, I think, in that little scene. I don't think he's carrying anyone's show, has that little one.
Right.
So,
Yeah, the
I don't know.
Stormtrooper, that's like the Death Trooper sidearm. I feel like that comes with the
Yeah.
Death Trooper. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
it's pretty cool. And it comes with I mean, I'm sure you can't put it on a head, but a Mandalorian helmet. So it's kind of a
I
pretty neat
wonder.
display.
I wish I thought I had put one up with that base, but
Close
I
up.
actually wonder because it's definitely a separate piece.
Yeah,
I'm curious if it'll be a usable head, because I would totally swap that onto like one of my like Death Watches and like add maybe some Boba Fett armor onto it and just like kit bash my own like unique guy.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Jacob loves seeing lines make obscure figures of any kind. I know this is a repaint, but it's just nice to see the attention to detail. I think the weathering is gonna be phenomenal on this. Just look at that.
Yeah, it looks
That's gonna look
good.
so cool.
Yeah, that'll be terrific.
He says like how Black Series are making a New Republic droid. Yeah, I'm into that. Like that, one of the reasons I love like the creatures and aliens is because they're like the weirdos, you know, the side guys. Okay, continuing with 6 scale Star Wars. This is a Sideshow Collectibles Clone Wars Yoda. I think this figure looks freaking awesome.
Yeah.
It's just a question of the quality, but the sculpt is so cool on this thing.
Man,
Yeah,
that looks just like the show.
Yeah, the paintwork, like, you know, it's not even, you know, cartoony really. It's kind of it looks awesome.
It has that like that thing that the Clone Wars has. It's almost like a wooden carving,
like it's carved, or sculpted, like it's sculpted or something.
Yeah, I mean, really cool. And this is 165. So, you know, it's pricey for a little guy. But if you think about Anakin and Obi-Wan, those were like 250. So this line is not cheap, even though it's, you know, it's Sideshow stuff that tends to be like a little bit like inferior to Hot Toys. Or maybe a lot inferior, but quality wise. But this line looks cool. This does look like a cool line.
It's such an interesting take on the characters. They're kind of halfway between life and you know, directly from the animation. I really love that look. That's so unique to this line.
I haven't ordered any of these, but if they release and the reviews are good, and if I start seeing like some good praise for it, I'll probably pick them up.
Yeah, they look very good. I wasn't like huge into the Clone Wars. Like, I haven't even watched the entire series, but I can see if I was, it would be very tempting because like this shot looks terrific. All three.
Yeah,
of them
it'd be
together.
really hard not to buy those.
I know. And Yoda, I mean, it's you like you said, he's a small figure, but he, you know, aside from the soft goods, all like the same stuff kind of goes into him, you know, as far as what you have to do to make him. You know, he comes with enough hands, lightsaber and all that. So that's that'll be a fun display when you get all those guys.
Yeah.
Love this.
All right, next up we have the classic Loki from the show, and I did a little fun thing here. They revealed it, and it had the chalice or cup or whatever, basically like the, what do you call that? The
goblet, or
it's a goblet, but
looks like the Holy Grail.
Yeah, the Holy Grail. Yeah, that's
I see.
That's the word I was looking for. But yeah, so they then removed it from the figure, which is kind of weird. Like the licensor said they couldn't include it there was like a press release or something about it. So that's kind of weird, but there we have your classic Loki from the show.
Yeah. The head
Hilarious.
sculpts or the faces look awesome.
Yeah,
the
they
face is ridiculous, but I got to tell you, my favorite thing in the whole setup is the alligator. I love the alligator Loki.
Yeah,
that's so good.
What's in the jar? I don't remember the jar.
It's the frog.
Is the frog Thor?
Okay. Frog Thor. Yeah.
Oh,
So you get
that's right.
you're getting two Thor or two. Wait, yeah, that's a Thor and then another Loki. So you get two Lokis and a Thor. In this.
That is nuts.
And then,
I love it.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. It does look incredible. Trevor's commenting on it. This sculpt looks. I wish I had a close up, but yeah, this sculpt does look phenomenal. And there's two heads here. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think it's just the face comes off or something. But yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're doing that a lot lately, huh?
Yeah, I mean this is pretty impressive. I think for both of these because they're both good. Usually they're like maybe one can be a little off or something, but like they're just very good.
There you go, Thog.
Yeah, that's it.
And then next up, something we kind of briefly touched on a couple weeks ago. They were teasing it back then, and now this is up for pre-order. Not directly available in the US, but there are plenty of sites that you can order from that will ship it to the US, and that is the Queen Studios new line called In Art of 6-scale action figures. I think there was a lot of speculation that this was going to be like crazy expensive, but there's like a $300 version. There's sort of like your regular version with sculpted hair, and then there's a 2-pack with sculpted hair, I think, and then there's a 2-pack where one of them or do both of them have the rooted hair?
They're both rooted, yeah.
Okay. And Chris, do you want to break down the pricing on those? Do you remember the pricing on those?
It was approximately, so the regular one was 300-ish.
Yep.
And then the 2-pack was around 600, and that's you see here. You get two whole figures. I don't know if you get 2 coats or not, but and then you also get the display, the prison display there.
Yep.
But as far as all the other accessories, like all the other hands and like those seamless forearms, like you get those in the regular version too. So you can just make the prison one if you want.
Right.
And then I want to say it was like $950 or something, or maybe around $1,000 for the 2 rooted ones.
Right.
But like you said, especially if it looks as good as they're showing there, like
which is right here.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. Look at that.
Like if you were to send that off, and I think all of them have movable eyes too. But if you're sending that off to someone to do that custom, that's like $400 or something, or $500.
Yeah.
To do, and you in addition to all the shipping, and you're supplying the head and everything like that, so it's a good deal.
Can you buy the rooted hair one on its own, or is it only in the 2-pack?
They only made it a 2-pack. Yeah. So I've seen some people splitting it. They're like, I'll take one of them, and because I think both of them have the same expression. I don't think there's 2 sculpts for the head.
Right.
The face, it's what he's making, but
these two, yeah, it's hard.
So you can split it with someone if you wanted to, but
yeah.
I did put in an order for the regular one because I was like, I didn't a Ledger Joker is they're always been desired to have a reissue, and then Hot Toys reissued one of their Batmans from last year, a Bale Batman. So I pre-ordered that. So I was like, all right, I'll have a pair to go with it. But
yeah, this is a great one to go with that Batman.
Yeah, that's gonna look awesome.
It looks phenomenal. And I think, I feel like people were a little surprised that even the regular version was $300. It's very close to Hot Toys prices, right? Like,
yeah, now, I mean, yeah, Hot Toys, like that, what do you call it? That Loki we just looked at was $285, or almost everything. It's like $275, $285 is really almost the retail price for a figure with a head.
Yeah. Yep.
It's getting kind of, everything is in the last, year or so has been kind of jacked, but it's really getting up there. But so, yeah, for this type of thing, which, you would assume has a smaller run, because technically they're like licensed only for China. So yeah, everything you have to order through other means. Right. So I ordered it from a site called 1/6 Kit, which sells all sorts of 6-scale stuff. And I think it was 60 would be the final total once it comes out. So,
oh, Trevor got the rooted.
yeah,
It's better looking than the custom one that he spent astronaut. This is just what Chris was saying about like
Yeah.
The custom stuff is expensive. But yeah, this figure, I'm trying to stay away from non-Star Wars, non-Star Trek 6-scale stuff, and I was tempted just purely based on how awesome this thing looks. I was like, do I want to grab this and then just grab that Batman? But no.
yeah, like because that's an
I'm holding
easy
off.
like display or representation.
Yeah, it's a pair. It's a nice pair. It's like a great shelf to get those two.
Yeah, I have no idea why Hot Toys didn't re-release another Joker. Like it was like right there. And if you look, that was part of their DX line. Deluxe or whatever. I don't know. It doesn't really mean that much anymore. But I think 1 and 2, like their first ones were like Batman and Joker. 10 and 11 were Batman and Joker, and then they did 20 was Batman. So everyone's like, oh, 21 will probably be, they'll just do redo the Joker, and then they just didn't sat on it. I'm like, all right, I don't know. It's kind of baffling. I mean, I know they don't want to reissue everything. I know that's not what they're planning to do, but it's not like they haven't reissued plenty already. So.
Right. Yeah, when you kind of look at some of the things they did reissue versus what they could have, it's sometimes. Yeah, so that's it. That was our last one. Look at that timing. But that worked out perfectly. Exactly 1 hour.
That's pretty good.
26. Yeah. Let's scroll up to the comments, see if there's any last comments here. Somebody had mentioned the Ahsoka. Yeah, the Ahsoka.
Hot Toys.
Go ahead, Chris.
So the Hot Toys Ahsoka that just it was just released in Hong Kong. And I think it may be even getting released here pretty soon from Sideshow. I think they might have tried a dual release. Like that's animated enough looking where I think that'll go with it. But I can always imagine, Sideshow doing their own Ahsoka. That'll be another body, a third body they'll have to make. So we'll see.
Right.
But,
yep. I do have that Hot Toys Ahsoka and the Anakin on pre-order. I didn't order Darth Maul because I have a Darth Maul and I don't really want to. So but yeah, like that Ahsoka I'm pretty excited for. It looks great. I've seen a lot of great pictures of it. Reviews are up too. Like, the folks who ordered from the Hong Kong sites, they've got reviews up. Like Jetta Patrol, I think, has a review up. A few others. And Jacob, I have not seen Batman. I have not seen the Batman yet. It's probably going to be a once it hits, which I think is not too long. I think it's maybe in a week or two. But,
I think it's mid-April if I remember right. I'm anxious to see it again.
Yeah.
So we'll have No Way Home in the home before we'll have about the same time.
Yeah.
Right. And that I haven't seen yet either. I'm horrible.
You're gonna have a good weekend, brother.
I know. I rewatched that with my wife. She didn't go to the theater with me, but we watched that last week. That I thought it was great again. So I was glad it held up on the rewatch.
Wait, is No Way Home out?
No,
it's on digital.
It. Yeah,
it's on
digital.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I need to watch it. All right.
Yeah.
Legions Con, Braku. Yes, I already booked my hotel room for Legions Con. Chris and Larry, you guys aren't going to Legions Con, right?
No,
that's in November,
right?
Yeah.
November, yeah.
No,
we'll be in New Jersey in October, but yeah.
We're planning the wedding for October, so November I plan on being broke.
And that Legions Con is going to be a wallet buster.
I imagine
it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, because it's a 2-day one right now.
It's 2 days. It's its own event. It's not just a part of Toy Con. They're doing exclusives. There's going to be, the money is in the custom products that are going to be there, because custom stuff is not cheap. It's great value. Like most of the people there have great prices, but it adds up so fast, and before you know it, it's like $500 like gone like that. So
like what's a painted head, let's say, just go for like typically is that like $35-$40 depending
maybe
on
a little less. It depends. Some people have them in the 25 range. Some people have some bigger, more intricate ones in the, the 30s, 40s, 50s.
Mm-hmm.
There's a range.
Yeah, I would love to go to something like that at some point. We'll see.
Oh, Hedgehogs just shipped an epic pile of loot. MAFEX, Hush, Batman, Vapor, TB League, Anubis, another Dragool, and the entire wave 4 of Thundercats. Jeez.
Awesome. I love getting those
Dude.
big ass boxes.
Yeah, those are fun, but you're gonna love that Hush Batman. You're not gonna be able to stop playing with that thing.
Yeah. That's a great idea.
So many news. I'm hyped for the Danbury Con in June. The Danbury Con.
I don't know that one.
Danbury, Jacob Forna.
Connecticut.
Danbury is not terrible. It's in Danbury, Connecticut, I would assume. Maybe not. I actually have no idea. I know there is a Danbury, Connecticut. If there's something going on there, I'm in, Jacob. I don't know what that is though. Let's give him a second. I think there's a delay. Let's see if he answers.
Yeah, I don't know if Alithia will be there though. That would be nice. I would love that.
June, Alithia, it'll be tight. Like if Four Horsemen's going to a show in June,
they could always early ship stuff. I mean, they do that on occasion, right? Just get some stuff to have.
CurioCon. It's a new show. Okay, check the website. Okay, I'll do that when I get off of this. I gotta look that up because if that's even closer to me than what is it, Wayne, New Jersey, then I'm probably down with driving down there in June. And yeah, so Alithia is scheduled for Q2, as is the Deluxe Legion Builders.
Yeah.
It's tough to say exactly when that is because that's anywhere from tomorrow to the end of June, right? So who knows? They do have, I think, pre-production factory samples in the like in hand. So I think they're pretty close to just like finishing it up and shipping it out. And if you want to see some of this stuff, go check out Mythic Customs. He was popping and swapping the Alithia stuff, and I think some of the Deluxe Legion Builders yesterday on his. And so yeah, man, it's getting me hyped. He put the moose head on the Shadow Echodron and like put the Tormund Giantsbane coat, the 6 scale one, like on it and stuff. It was like so wild, so awesome. Oh, okay, you're from Western Mass. I'm actually from Western Mass. I was actually born in Springfield. So we are veritable neighbors over here. I do live in Boston now, but I grew up in Western Mass. All right. I think that's going to wrap it up for today. So I just want to thank all of the viewers for showing up and showing your support, enjoying the new sounds of Larry Waters and the new microphone. And
not relying on the old MacBook there.
It sounds good, man. It's good. I was misusing that microphone. I was too far away from it. And when I got this one, I was doing a lot of research on mics and placement, and I saw a lot of videos about how to place the Blue Yeti, and we got it placed perfectly. It sounds really good.
Whenever I'm watching Joe Rogan's podcast, he's always telling the person, "Can you get a little closer to the mic?" So I kind of figured that.
Yeah.
Takes some getting used to because literally you feel like something's just right in your face, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, I know. It's like right here.
I think I'll feel better once I get an arm where I can run it up from the back of the desk. So it's kind of off to the side a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. You can have it angled a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching the show. And until next time, may the force be with you.